Ladies and gentlemen, it's a true honor to receive the International Women's Rights Award and represent the young generation of Afghanistan today. I was born during the first Taliban rule in the 1990s, a time of extreme repression, especially for the women of Afghanistan. When the Taliban seized power in the 1990s, they imposed severe restrictions on education, employment, and basic freedoms, targeting anyone who dared to oppose them. But amidst that darkness, there were voices of resistance. One of those voices was my mother, Dr. Masouda Jalal, a woman who stood up when many were forced into silence. Today, I stand before you as a 29-year-old Afghan representing a generation of women who grew up under radically different circumstances than our mothers. My mother was born during a monarchy. She witnessed coups, survived a Soviet invasion in Afghanistan, and endured the first Taliban regime. But I was raised in democracy, one where women could become parliamentarians, leaders, and ministers. My generation grew up believing that we too could take the highest positions in the government, and we saw it happen in Afghanistan. When my mother ran for the president in 2002, and again in 2004, our family home became her campaign headquarters in Kabul, Afghanistan. As a child, I learned the power of change from a very young age. I watched my mother fight for a better and peaceful Afghanistan, and I understood that progress was not just a dream. It was something we had to fight for it. So when the Taliban seized power in Kabul in 2021, my generation was in shock. We had heard the horror stories from our mothers of being trapped within four walls. But never did we think we could live through it ourselves. In July 2021, just a month before the collapse of Afghanistan and Republic government, I spent 6 days leading a training for the young women in Afghanistan in Kabul on social justice and how to fight patriarchy in Afghanistan. Imagine that, teaching young women how to fight and challenge oppression and dictatorships. And at that time, it felt it was possible to achieve it. Then overnight, on 15th of August, everything collapsed. Decades of hard-won progress by Afghan women were erased in a single night. After leaving Afghanistan, I arrived in the Netherlands, but I couldn't stop thinking about all those young women my age in Afghanistan. I remember one girl in particular in Kabul, so full of life, so eager to learn, but her family was pressuring her to marry. Her family was pressuring her to marry, but she resisted. And when I finally reached her, despite everything, she was still standing firm. Today, the younger generation of Afghan women in Afghanistan live in fear, not only of the Taliban, but the men from their families and communities. Child marriages, forced marriages, blood price marriages have become the new norm again in Afghanistan. This is the heart-breaking reality for Afghan girls today. They refuse to live without hope. They would rather die than accept a life without dreams and hopes. For a few weeks, maybe a few months, the world paid attention to our problems and to the voices of Afghan women. The media told our stories, but then silence. And insiders' pessimism took hold. The world shrugged and said, of course, women in Afghanistan have no rights. That's just the way it is. But let me tell you, this is not normal what's happening today in 2025 in Afghanistan. Afghan women are fighting back, both inside or outside of the country, without international community support. In 2021, I founded the Young Afghan Women's Movement to provide education, resources, and a platform for change. And despite the Taliban's grip on power, we are making progress inside and outside of Afghanistan. Many young women still have access to internet inside the country. They are eager to learn, and we are determined to teach them so that we do not lose another generation of women. There is a famous saying, if you educate a girl, you educate an entire education. A mother will teach her son and daughters. By investing in their education, even from afar, we are creating a ripple effect that will last for generations. I have no doubt that Afghanistan's long night will one day end, and after every dark night, the sun will rise. Please stand with women of Afghanistan. They are resisting a dictatorship alone. Alone. They should not be forgotten, as they are fighting for our shared values of the free world. So on behalf of all the women of Afghanistan, especially the younger generation, I want to thank you.